Is up, everybody? It's me, Duke Farley, back at it again here on Lost at Sea. And today I am joined by another contestant going into the Ascendance Live Season 4 house. You may have seen him before. He was on our
Maybe,
screens.
maybe. It was like it was only for a little bit though. It's no biggie.
Made a splash early. And I'm talking to Billy. Billy, what is going on? How are you? Long time no see.
I'm stoked, Jake. Man, the fact just how many people get a second chance at this, and the fact that get to I get to compete again. Not only that, with my mom as well, which is fucking insane. I'm just man, can't you couldn't take me down even if you wanted to at the moment, man. I'm just I'm smiling from ear to ear.
Well, Billy, I have a real open-ended question here to start us off this interview, and that is, if you had the opportunity to go anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Mm. Oh my god, I've traveled the US, God knows how much, so I can probably skip that for now. Um,
Been there, done that.
I mean, this is a very broad question. Actually, no, I do. Yeah, it's a very broad question, broad answer, pardon me. And it's Europe, just all over the place. I would love to go to Italy for the food and just the scenery and beautiful, everything like that. Greece for the beaches and everything. Um, France, Paris would be fucking stunning. UK, Ireland, just and I really want to do like a sort of like Euro travel kind of thing next, where I just like bang, 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 go to like every stop I can and just like fuck around and have a good time, And I don't know. The other place I was thinking was Cape Town, South Africa, because it's from what I've seen, it's such a stunning fucking place. Um, and there's a lot of things to do there. I would love to go on a safari. I would love to see the scenery as well. Hike, climb the mountains. There's this thing they do where they get volunteers to help save the rhinos. And what they do is that basically poachers always go for the rhino's horns because it's worth a lot of money, I guess. So what the charity kind of does is just like saw off the horn to the point where it doesn't do any harm, but it just saves them from like, being poached for money, basically. So that sounds like that will be like a bucket list kind of thing, you know. Um, but yeah, it's a very very basic answer, but I yeah, I don't know. My travel bug has definitely not left me yet, so I'm ready to go anywhere. TBH.
Yes, and you will be going somewhere pretty soon. You will be going to Tennessee to run it back. And Billy, if you had the opportunity to bring a superpower with you to Tennessee this season and use it in the Ascendance Live house, what superpower would you bring and why?
Invisibility, because I don't want these people to notice that I'm here, so I can just float my way through to the end. Because let's be real, Duke Farley, I am a naturally pretty out there presence, like I could breathe and people would think, holy shit, Billy is doing the absolute most, right? And I know I bring it onto myself. No biggie. Like that's just who I am. I don't change. I've said this before, but player Billy and real Billy are very much the same person. I don't change who I am for some silly game. I do these for fun and I'm going to give it my absolute fucking 100%. Put my whole heart into it. Sorry, but he also knows his limitations. I'm talking in third person. Why? But sorry, whenever I need to, there's a lot of points I need to shut my mouth. There's a lot of points where I need to step back and chill. And invisibility, I feel like, would really help me out in that scenario. Um, Also, like phasing through walls would be kind of cool because, like, invisibility. I could just like stand there listening to people talk shit about me. I could just flip them off without like them being mad at me. I could just be like, that'd be fucking sick.
I would be fun to watch that. Obviously, we wouldn't be able to see you because you'd be invisible at that
Yeah.
point, but I think invisibility would be a great power to bring in. But Billy, I want to transition into the theme of this season, which is dueling
Dueling
duos. And you're coming in with your mom. So I wanted to ask this question to you, and that is, what is something that your mom brings to the table as a strength for your duo that maybe you don't have? And then vice
That's a great
versa. What's
question.
something that
Yeah.
you bring?
Yeah, 100%. She is when it comes to connecting with people and really playing level headed, I feel like she's going to be a much better person when it comes to that. She really, I know we've talked about this a lot. She wants to come in just chilling, like doesn't want to make a splash. She wants to do well in the competitions because she's a naturally competitive person. But I think she's going to be better at that than me and will really be the best person to, when I'm maybe doing a bit too much, just keeping me calm. She's been a role model my entire life. I've had a really amazing connection with my mum my whole life, which I'm very lucky for. And I know she's going to be that source of calm for me when I need it. Whereas me, I really am coming into the season with a massive chip on my shoulder. I definitely play with my heart, but I also know that I needed to be a way more cutthroat. And so I will definitely be driving her to, so you look past the connections that she may have and think, okay, what's going to be best for our game moving forward, because I will fully be playing for her, but I'm also going to want to be playing for me to an extent as well. And I want to make sure that we're in the best position possible. But if I need to make it a little bit further, so be it. Like and afraid I like I don't want to become the Sierra Easton of Ascendance Live by any chance by being he voted out his mom fucking kind of thing. But I also really want to win. So I don't know. Just I imagine a question coming up to this scenario will pop up eventually, but fuck after last season, I'm not no holds. It's no holds barred.
And Billy, you hinted right at the next question that was coming
Yeah,
up, and
there
that is,
it is.
if an opportunity arises where you can turn on your partner being your mom, what would that opportunity look like for you to go after your mom?
It would only be nearing the end. I could never turn on her early in the game, especially not pre-jury. Um, she's never gonna turn on me. Like I was, and I also recognize that the game probably means a bit more to me than it does to her. She's doing it because it's an experience first time, and I'm definitely doing that as well. Like to me, this is the first time I'm really bringing someone from a family into this community that I've like pretty much grew up in, and this is probably the most important part of the game for me. Like, holy shit, they're gonna see why I love this place so much. But I don't know. I envisioned the scenario in my head if it's like final six and like we're the last duo left and the other four are splitting the votes on us, and then I'm just telling my mom like, fuck, I don't know what to do and shit like that. And then I'm just telling her to vote for someone else, and I vote for her, and it's a 3-2-1. And I'm just like, I want to get to the end, bro. I had no choice there. I'm sorry. In all reality, I find it very hard. I find very little scenario where I would need to turn on her unless it's strictly for survival.
Right.
And TBH, if I need to get a spot further than she does, and I have no other choice, I'd be happy to do it. I know she wouldn't, and that's why I'm not telling. That's why I will extensively apologize to her after she watches this interview after the season. But I really want to fucking win, dude. I really want to win.
Yeah, I could feel it. I could feel the energy. Billy, would you want to win so much that let me just straight up ask you the next question. Would you rather be hated and win the game or loved and lose the game?
Again, any day of the week, any fucking day of the week, because I've done a lot of growing and maturing over the last few years to the point where I'm very comfortable with who I am. Right, no biggie. I get that I'm a loud presence, and people may not be a big fan of that, but like I don't know. I'm happy. Like I like being me, you know. And if people aren't a fan of that, so be it. They can go fuck themselves. I didn't say that, no. But they can just chill. Like no biggie. I'm gonna separate myself from them. But I, I don't know. I'm gonna do anything it takes to win that, you know. And I just and I'm happy with who I am. You know, May being me is a pretty fucking dope thing to do. So I don't know. I wouldn't mind it. I cool because I know for a fact if I played it, if I were to win the game, it'd be in a way that'd be true to me.
My next question for you, Billy, is what is, say you happen to lose the season, what is going to be the reason why you lost?
That I think it will be very similar to why I was booted um last season is that this is something I've always needed to work on is threat management. And I think that I've never really been a person too long that's been a good long-term threat management person. I usually come up as a threat at the very latest, like exactly when I went out, final 12, right? So I I think that'll be the reason people will realize, hey, Billy's like killing the social game. Billy's, got all these friends. We need to take him out now while we have the chance. There may not be another chance, you know. So I, man, I really don't want to lose the season. I don't think I'll react like I did when I went home. Unless I just, it's like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, right? And I'm not gonna fall for the same mistake again. I'm not gonna trust someone so blindly that it ends up fucking with my entire brain afterwards. You know, if I lose, then my story's done. You know, it just wasn't meant to be. But I I don't know. I don't want to take it the same way that I did. I just want to go in and just give it everything, I guess. And if it doesn't work out, then no biggie.
Yeah.
But I
Uh,
think the difference, I think the edge I have over last season is that I don't really have too many expectations this season. I set myself so many goals last season that I was so hard on myself that I didn't accomplish a few of them. And this time I'm just like, just fucking go in there and give it everything you got and come out there knowing you did everything you could. And no biggie. But if I do that and I go out, I'm a happy man, to be honest.
you mentioned some things that maybe you didn't accomplish last season. My next question was going to be, what is something that you want to accomplish this season? Do those things
At
kind of carry over?
the bare minimum jury. The bare minimum. I really I don't know. That would be a nice thing to achieve after last season for sure. Considering I was so close to getting there. I think the other time, like I bragged about wanting to beat Hot Girl Chris's placement. That was another one where I just knew that was a very difficult task to get to Final Four and shit like that, especially with the cast I was with. Um, man, I wish I just pulled off a few more of my own moves as well. I don't think I really accomplished um something that I could call solely my own move, and I don't really also and then lying unnecessarily as well. That's not something I want to do as well. Yeah.
Billy, I would be remiss if I did not ask this to you.
Okay.
If there is somebody that is in the house that was responsible for your downfall in season 3, are you looking for revenge?
No, no, I'm kidding. Yes, of course I am. Look, I can't help but would think like, man, I here's the thing. I want to go in there with no expectations, and I want to go in there with an open mind. I definitely let a couple of my own. I'm trying to think of the word, like my own, like pre-game kind of thoughts. Affect how I played a little bit last season. So I want to come in here as open minded as possible, but fuck, man, revenge would be sweet. Revenge would be so fucking good. It won't feel good when I do it, but fuck, it feel good for the first. It feel good for the first 10 seconds, and that's all I'm looking for. So, I want to say another thing that I want to do better this time is really work on the relationships of the people that I don't know at all this game. Then, because if we think about it, a lot of my good connections were with people who I had heard at the very minimum heard of, and at the elimination I went home, it was Sarah, Ozzy, and Kira, three of the only five people that I didn't know who were all votes for me, right? The other two being Rocky and I can't remember the other one. I think his name was Josh. But nonetheless, that's definitely something that I need to work on. I need to ensure that goes better. Love you, Josh, by the way.
Billy, those are all the questions that I have prepared for you at the moment. But is there anything else that you find interesting that you want to talk about before we conclude this preseason interview?
I mean, like, I can't be the only returnee there, right? Like, no chance. I wouldn't be shocked to see like a couple people there. I wouldn't think anyone that I think this is more of like a I don't know, because I know All Stars is a thing, and I don't think that someone who would qualify for All Stars would play this season. So I'm definitely looking at more like the pre-jurors of Ascendance past. I'm thinking like if we're talking season one, I wouldn't be surprised to see Michael Davis, probably Josh Rogers there. Season two, I could see Melissa playing. Could definitely see Paul playing. Who the fuck else exists? Keaton's ready to play, but that would be fun. And then from my season, like, oh God forbid if Adam plays, that would be fucked. But anyone else from my season? Maybe Emily, if they want a drama, that would make sense. But other than that, I can't really think of any people. Erica and Dan are about to get married too, so that would be fun. But nah, that's all that was on my mind, I think.
Been speculating about people returning?
Yeah, for sure. Oh, you have to, you know.
Well, we'll have to see, Billy. I look forward to you running it back again. I look forward to the dynamic between you and your mom in this kind of environment. I think
It should be fun. It should be fucking sick.
It's gonna be fun to watch. And hopefully the exit interview is not for a while.
Praying. Love you, dude. Thank you so much again.